I've packed my bags, I've sold my house, and I'm on my way home to sweet, sweet Jamaica. The brain dump is over. We're bringing it all back home. There's no way we can see Melissa take such advantage of our country and don't go back and fix her up. We are never, ever going to abandon our parents. Not a country like Jamaica that gave us so much, or that gives us so much. Pride, joy, resilience, strength, happiness, best food, everything. Guess what? Yeah, man. If you can go back, go back. However you can do. Whatever help you can give. Because Jamaica instilled in us everything that everybody want. And it have a born in you. Like a true Jamaican. Yeah? So Jamaica, my sweet, sweet Jamaica. Here I come. 45 years, long enough. I'm coming back home.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel once again. Remember guys, if you're coming across any of my videos for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share. To my returning viewers and subscribers, thank you guys for the love and support. So today we are talking about something that is becoming more common every single day, and that is Jamaicans in the diaspora choosing to return home. For years, many people believed that success could only be found in places like America, Canada, or England. But now, a lot of Jamaicans are saying enough is enough. Some are tired of stress, loneliness, and pressure, and the struggle of trying to survive overseas. Others are realizing that peace, happiness, family, and true belonging cannot always be bought with money. More and more people are packing up, leaving foreign, and rebuilding their lives back in Jamaica. In this video, we are going to talk about why this shift is happening, what people are saying about life overseas, and why many Jamaicans now believe that home is still the best place to be. So stay with me as we break down this topic. So let's get into it.
I've been in Jamaica since after Hurricane Melissa. And let me tell you, nothing about this path has been straight. Nothing about it has been perfect, but everything about it has been aligned. At first, I was supposed to be in Montego Bay. That was the plan, and that was the destination I had in mind. But sometimes what doesn't work out is actually life working for you. Montego Bay did not work out for me. And at the time, that could have felt like a setback, and it did. But it wasn't. It was a redirection. Because deep down in a place I've carried for over 20 years, I always knew I wanted to be in Portland, Jamaica. Always. And now I'm here. And it's hard to even put into words what that feels like, because even though life here hasn't always been easy, there's an ease to my existence that I've never felt before. And it's like my spirit can just finally chill. There's a beautiful calm here. There's a rhythm, a connection to the earth, water, air, animals, nature, to something deeper. And I know that my ancestors in the universe have been guiding me here this entire time, guiding me to the right people, the right places, the right conversations, the right opportunities. And there's one presence that I feel so strongly every single day. And that is my father, Lloyd Adams. Because he was of Caribbean descent, being here feels like coming full circle, like I'm walking a path that he already understood. And I know he's proud of me for choosing this life, proud of me for slowing down, proud of me for returning to something natural and just real. I feel my father guiding me and protecting me every single day. And he directs my steps even when I don't fully see the road ahead. I've been making connections that are aligning perfectly with the life I've always wanted to live. A life where I grow my own food, where I wake up and I'm connected to nature, where I can raise animals, where I can cultivate and harvest what I eat with my own hands. And it's not just a dream anymore, it's my reality. I am standing in my dream, and I am grateful. I'm grateful for every lesson, every redirection, and every moment that didn't make sense at the time, but it makes perfect sense now. And most of all, I'm grateful to my spirit guides and my ancestors for their guidance, their protection, and for walking with me every single step of the way, because I know I didn't get here alone. And I want to say something really important for anyone who feels like this kind of life is out of reach. It's not. Anyone can do this. It does not matter how much money you have or don't have. It's not about that. It's about your mindset. It's about your decisions. It's about what you believe is possible for yourself. I started thinking about this move 20 years ago. And even though that sounds like a long time, it feels like yesterday that I told myself, one day I'm going to live in Portland. And now I'm here. That's the power of a universal seed planted in your mind, because everything starts there. We have so much untapped potential, so much power within us, but a lot of us have been conditioned to believe otherwise. We've been programmed, desensitized, and we've been taught that happiness is somewhere outside of us, that it's in a job, in a title, in money, in external validation, but it's not. Everything you're looking for, everything you desire, it already exists within you. You just have to tap into it. You have to go into your mind and plant those seeds intentionally and nurture them, water them. Act like you're already there and trust that they will grow. Even when you can't see it yet, even when it doesn't make sense. Even when things don't go according to your plan, like my Montego Bay destination. Because sometimes your plan isn't as big as what's actually meant for you. And if I could leave you with anything, it's this. My only regret is that I didn't come here sooner, because my health is better, my nervous system is better, my peace is deeper, my joy is fuller. Everything is better. Not because life is perfect, because it's not. It's because I'm living in alignment, and alignment changes everything. And now another moment of truth. My 6-month stay is ending here next month. And I have to figure out what I need to do to stay, because there is no way I'm interrupting this peace to go back to the States. Not after feeling this or building this, and not after remembering who I am in this space. So I'm trusting, just like I did before, that the path will open. The right solution, the right opportunity, the right alignment is already on its way to me. So if there's something that's been calling you, or that you've been thinking about for years, it's scary, but it also feels right, listen to it, follow it, because you never know. It might just lead you exactly where you have always been meant to be. Peace.
Why you move back to Jamaica, not in there Jamaica? Please stop it. When you see people decide that they want to return home, you don't know what their life was like when they decided to move to big foreign. Some of them realize that they were sold a dream and this is not the right path for them. Realizing that something doesn't work for you and taking action and making a real decision to dial back and then do what I need to do to make my life work for me. That is big. That is bold. We need to applaud people when they realize and find out that something doesn't work for them and they're going to make a change, rather than sit there in silence and because of what people are going to say, they decide not to live their lives the best way that they see fit. If you decide to go back home, I cannot see what is wrong with that. That is your home. Where should you go? When you move to these countries, they make it very clear that this is not your home. So there's no point in time, no matter how you feel comfortable, that you will ever truly feel that this is your home. I just don't get it. It really annoys me. I just saw a video like that and you people need to stop it. applaud people, cheer people on when they decide to do things that is best for their lives, or just shut up.
You know, it's okay if you pack up from foreign and go back to your yard. It's okay. It's okay if you've migrated and you decide that this is not working out. I am going back to Jamaica. Nothing is wrong with that. And we need to normalize people doing that instead of staying in a foreign country and suffer. It makes no sense for us to stay in a foreign country if we're not doing well. And doing well doesn't necessarily mean that you have a house, you have a car, you have a good job. Doing well also means that you're not coping mentally. You're just not happy. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you're around. You're not happy. Now, the other day, somebody told me that, you know, somebody that we both know, that person decided to go back home. And I said, good for her. Good for her. Because if you're really not happy here, if you're not getting the kind of job that you want, you come to Canada and you just realize it doesn't matter what you try. It doesn't matter what kind of qualifications you have. You've gotten certified here in Canada. You have your qualification from back home in Jamaica. Listen, sometimes we have master's degrees and we can't get a good job over here. If you realize that you're not getting back to the status after 4 years, 5 years, the kind of lifestyle that you used to live in Jamaica, you're not able to do that in Canada or the United States, go back home. A lot of us come here and we leave house, we leave car, we left good jobs. Our kids were in private schools, the best of the best in Jamaica. And we come here and we're just not getting that standard of living. Even though you might have a job, you might, you know, be able to buy a house, but that standard of living that you had in Jamaica, that good job that made you feel like, oh, you know, you're actually meeting your targets and meeting your goals in terms of, you know, your career. You have to start all over from scratch. And sometimes even after 4 or 5 years, you're still not there. Let's normalize saying, you know what? There's no shame in it. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to go back to my home country because this is not working out. It's okay. There's no shame in it. Pack up and just go back home. Nothing wrong with it. So pack up and come back home.
Black women are returning to Jamaica in numbers and unapologetically so, and it is being studied. And there are many reasons to this. Let's talk health, economic, all things as to why there is such a huge return. And I am a naturalized Jamaican citizen, having been born in Canada and returned back to Jamaica. Do you know how nice it feels to work with a doctor who looks like you? Now, I'm ready for the comments in the section who are going to say, well, Janelle, the healthcare system in Jamaica is subpar, so on and so forth. And yes, there is truth to that. There is lots of room for improvement here in Jamaica. However, if this exodus of Canadian and Americans continue to come to Jamaica, do you know how that will in fact influence the healthcare system? It's going to have to. It's going to have to raise a standard of the healthcare system in Jamaica because we're going to expect a certain quality of life here. Also, the opportunity to access alternative medicines here. Whether you believe in it or not, Jamaica is huge when it comes to bush teas, when it comes to cleanses. This is something that this country holds dear, and people from around the world are seeking opportunity for them to just get rejuvenated when it comes to health and wellness. Now, from an economic standpoint, depending on where you work, a lot of us are also seeing that there's great opportunity in Jamaica because in places like Canada and the US, there is a glass ceiling that looms, especially if you are a Black woman. So if a Black woman is able to bring her skill set, her resources here to Jamaica and build something for herself, there is tons of opportunity because you're not necessarily going to be chastised based on the color of your skin, but more so on your merit. And then lastly, it's about being seen. It's about every day somebody seeing you, somebody approaching you, saying hello, good afternoon, good morning, looking you in your eyes, acknowledging your existence. I remember the years that I lived in Canada, I would not even talk to my neighbors. The people at the grocery store wouldn't even pay me no mind. There is so many instances that I can go on time and time about how my existence was completely eroded, which then ultimately impacts your self-esteem. It impacts your nervous system. And it's so refreshing to be in a country where no matter where you go, no matter who you are, there is somebody who will see you. And that right there is a huge reason why a lot of us Black women, we're coming back.
My godmom haven't been to Jamaica in 25 years. This was so emotional.
Not even the look. Me and him. Jesus Christ, one. What? Jesus Christ. Okay, what kind of in the bag? I'm not getting fishy. Oh, God. You know what you're You know, guys, I have been observing what has been happening with the immigrant community here in America when it comes down to the deportation of a lot of minority people, right? And let me tell you what is so disheartening to me as a Jamaican immigrant. And I watch this play out in social media, and it is so grievous to see families being separated, and you know how the outcome of the deportation has affected so much individuals and so much families. But let me tell you the part that grieves me the most. Whenever the Mexicans get deported, the Mexican community in America and even back home in Mexico is so, they basically open up their hearts and they express, you know, how they felt, how heartfelt they felt that, you know, the Mexicans in America are deported back home and they are welcoming them back home in Mexico. The Venezuelan is the same. The Venezuelan community come together here, and you know, everybody is expressing from their heart, you know, the grief that they are experiencing being separated from their families up here. And also even people back in Venezuela are saying, you know, to see they go to Venezuela, I mean to see them come to America to try to make a better life. And the Venezuelan people is like, you know what, as bad as it is, we are welcoming back our Venezuelan people. Pakistan, India, Chile, all of these other countries, even the Africans are welcoming back their people home. And let me tell you what I observe with us as Jamaicans. The minute you see the deportation orders start to go through, and a lot of Jamaicans back home heard that a lot of their own people, a lot of our people are going to be deported back home to Jamaica. Mind you, it's not everybody who got a chance to come to America and being deported back home to Jamaica is a criminal. Not because you are deported back to Jamaica mean you are a criminal. It's just mean that you are undocumented, so you fall under certain guidelines where you are on the list for immediate removal. But what the only country and the only set of people who I see come on social media and literally rejoicing, you can see on some of them is like, from the Bible said, from your heart you speak. It's almost as if you can see from their heart, it's radiating such
happiness that your own people, for whatever reason, the good and the bad, you are rejoicing that your very own people who came to another country to get a better life, some of you same guys who are beneficiaries and recipients of the life that a lot of us came over here to live, because a lot of us as Jamaicans who help a lot of our friends and families back home, we could not and we would have been unable to help a lot of you guys the way how we help you guys if we were not in America. And Jamaica is the only country I see come on social media and rejoicing that other Jamaicans are going to be deported back home. You see, for my fellow Jamaicans who are here, this is a good time for you guys to open up on the eyes and open up on the ears, open up on the hearts and on the spirit to be receptive, to see. Is like a lot of us are getting a snapshot, a visual and a heartfelt snapshot that this is how a lot of people truly, a lot of Jamaicans truly feel about the Jamaican diaspora that lives in America. We are getting an on-time view for us to visually see that this is how a lot of them see us. They rejoice when even anything come across us that will cause us to fall. They rejoice. No other country is doing this. No other country is doing this. Chile is not doing it. Africa not doing it. Mexico not doing it. Cuba not doing it. Argentina not doing it. Guatemala not doing it. India not doing it. China not doing it. Pakistan not doing it. The only set of people and the only country come on social media and rejoice and them sing Bojo song. So Bojo song supposed to be top now, deported. Is we as Jamaicans up here supposed to open up our eyes and see. We are getting an on-time view to see how a lot of them really and truly feel about us and think about us. And remember me tell you this. Me keep my eyes open and may I watch. And when I saw like how this is how they really and truly feel about us, I can't even explain to you the grief it brings to my heart. The grief it brings to my heart, because let me tell you something. You see, a lot of times anything goes down in Jamaica and them come all out them milk box or them come all out them milk tin for contribution. We are the very first people who will go and contribute to dig a lot of people out of the shit that they are in. We in America, we in Canada, we in England. The minute anything happens and they reach out to the overseas diaspora, we are the first one entering the ring to help our Jamaicans back home and to see on social media that this is the way that they really feel about us. It's truly grievous to my heart. Grievous to my heart. And a lot of us, if we should ever come into anything, that we were thinking of using it to elevate our brothers back home because of what is happening now in real time, and we see how we really feel, it let us rethink a lot of things. The Bible says, if you have eyes to see, you must see. And if you have ears to hear. Do not let this go over our heads, especially us in America. You see a man's face, but you never see him heart. But you see, any chance you get where you see him heart, take it exactly for what it is. Love you guys, and I want you guys to stand strong through this, because a lot of us come here crooked and cut straight.
So welcome back. I hope you have watched the full clip. You know, listening to all these stories really shows how much the mindset of Jamaicans abroad is changing. For decades, Jamaica has always been known as one of the Caribbean countries where many people migrate overseas looking for better opportunities. People leave Jamaica hoping for better jobs, better pay, safer communities, and better future for their children. And for many years, foreign was seen as the dream. Growing up, a lot of Jamaicans were taught that if you make it to America, Canada, or England, then you have made it in life. Families would celebrate when somebody get a visa or migrate because everybody believed life overseas was automatically better. But now, after years of living abroad, many Jamaicans are starting to see another side of that dream. A lot of people are realizing that having money alone does not mean happiness. Yes, some people overseas have good jobs, nice cars, and houses, but mentally and emotionally they are exhausted. The cost of living is high, bills never stop, and many immigrants feel trapped in a cycle where all they do is work, sleep, and repeat the same routine every day. One of the biggest things people are talking about now is peace of mind. Many Jamaicans overseas say they miss the simple things about home. They miss the connection with people, they miss the culture, the food, the music, the community spirit, and even just hearing somebody say good morning to them. In many foreign countries, life can feel very cold and isolated. Everybody is busy. Everybody is focusing on surviving. Sometimes you can live beside your neighbor for years and never even know them. And for immigrants, especially black immigrants, many also talk about feeling like outsiders no matter how long they live there. Some experience discrimination at work, others struggle to get opportunities even with qualifications and degrees. Some people leave good jobs in Jamaica thinking they will level up overseas, but only to find themselves starting all over from scratch. That can be very frustrating mentally. Imagine living a comfortable life back home only to spend years trying to rebuild yourself in another country and still not feel fulfilled. That reality is hitting a lot of people now. Another major reason many Jamaicans are returning home is because they want a slower and healthier lifestyle. We heard people talking about wanting to grow their own food, live closer to nature, and escape the non-stop pressure overseas. Some say their health improved after moving back home, their stress levels dropped, their anxiety became less, they finally felt calm again. And honestly, that says a lot about the kind of pressure many immigrants are carrying every day. Sometimes people look successful on the outside, but internally they are struggling. Mental health matters too, happiness matters too, feeling connected matters too. What's also interesting is that younger Jamaicans are now joining this movement. In the past, most people only returned home after retirement, but now even younger professionals and families are choosing Jamaica again. And one reason for this is the remote work. A lot of people can now work online while living anywhere in the world. So instead of paying extremely high rent overseas, some people are choosing to live in Jamaica while earning foreign income remotely. So for many of them, the quality of life feels much better back at home. Your money stretches further, you are around your culture, your family, your environment. The emotional connection to home is everything many people never truly lose. Another thing that stood out in this video is how Jamaica feels judged when they decide to return home. Some people act like going back to Jamaica means you failed overseas, but honestly, there's nothing wrong with choosing your peace. There's nothing wrong with deciding that a certain lifestyle is not working for you anymore. Everybody's journey is different. Some people will love life overseas and stay there forever. Others will realize that despite the opportunities abroad, their heart will still belong in Jamaica, and both choices will be respected. One powerful point mentioned was how immigrants help support Jamaica through remittances. Many Jamaicans abroad send money home regularly to support their families and loved ones, build houses, pay school fees, and help communities. The diaspora has played a massive role in supporting the Jamaican economy for years. So, when some overseas Jamaicans feel unappreciated or mocked during difficult situations like deportations, it hurts deeply because many of them have sacrificed a lot to help family members back at home. So at the same time, there is also growing pride in Jamaica itself. The country has improved in many areas compared to years ago. Infrastructure is improving, businesses are growing, and many Jamaicans abroad are now seeing opportunities to invest back home, So some want to start farms, businesses, restaurants, Airbnb properties, or wellness retreats. People are beginning to realize that success does not have to look the same for everybody. For some people, success means a six-figure salary overseas. For others, success means waking up in peace, living close to family, and enjoying life without constant stress. And honestly, that is the deeper message in all of this. Life is not all about chasing money. It is also about purpose, peace, belonging, and happiness. Many Jamaicans are now asking themselves an important question. What is the point of staying in a place where you are financially surviving but emotionally struggling? That's why I want to pose a question to you guys. Will you rather stay in a place whereby you are financially surviving but emotionally struggling? Will you aim for that? So in the comment section, you can tell me your views. So thank you for watching and see you guys on next one.